Among older adults in the United States, waking up multiple times during the night to urinate, also known as nocturiase, often underestimated and dismissed as an unavoidable part of aging. However, modern medical research indicates that this is not merely a minor inconvenience, but an early indication of physiological disruption and a potential health risk. A nationwide survey revealed that 78% of people over the age of 60 experience this issue at least once each night, and the rate is even higher among those over 70. What's alarming is that nocturia doesn't just disrupt sleep, it has a direct impact on quality of life and independence in older adults. When repeated awakenings fragment sleep, the body struggles to enter deep sleep stages, especially REM sleep, where essential recovery processes occur, such as memory consolidation, cellular repair, and hormone regulation. As a result, seniors often experience persistent fatigue, reduced daytime alertness, poor balance, and in some cases, prolonged depression. Even more concerning, the risk of nighttime falls doubles for those who frequently get up to use the bathroom. For older adults, a fall isn't just an accident, it can mark the beginning of a decline in physical health, mental well-being, and self-care abilities. Furthermore, sleep disruptions increase the risk of cardiovascular disease, nighttime hypertension, and cognitive decline, already major challenges during the aging process. The encouraging news, however, is that most causes of nocturia are not due to serious medical conditions, but rather result from daily lifestyle habits, which are completely correctable. From dietary choices and the timing of fluid intake to sleeping positions and room temperature, every small factor can significantly affect nighttime urination patterns. When adjusted properly, many seniors have seen dramatic improvements in nocturia symptoms within just a few weeks of small change that brings about a tremendous improvement in overall quality of life. Habit number 1, drinking fluids within 3 hours before bedtime. In the journey of elderly healthcare, some changes may seem minor but can deliver unexpected benefits. One of the most overlooked yet deeply impactful habits affecting sleep is consuming fluids within 3 hours of going to bed. Among many older adults, especially those who prioritize staying hydrated, drinking water or herbal tea in the evening is often seen as part of a healthy lifestyle. However, from a physiological perspective, this habit may trigger increased urinary activity right at the time when the body should be resting most deeply. When fluids are consumed close to bedtime, the kidneys continue filtering and producing urine, causing the bladder to fill just as the body is entering its deep sleep stages, resulting in having to wake up during the night to urinate. What's more concerning is that many people don't realize that fluids don't just come from plain water. Items like soup, juicy fruits, such as watermelon, oranges, grapes, herbal teas, and even liquid medications, all contribute to added pressure on the urinary system. This is especially important for older adults as kidney and bladder functions are no longer as efficient as in younger years. A vivid example of how such a small change can make a big difference comes from Betty, age 70, currently living in Austin, Texas. For years, she enjoyed a cup of chamomile tea each night to relax, along with a small bowl of soup for dinner. However, for 3 years, Betty had to wake up at least 4 or 5 times each night to urinate, leaving her feeling tired, irritable, and drained during the day. After consulting with her doctor about the link between nighttime fluid intake and nocturia, Betty decided to try a fluid curfew, completely stopping any drinking or consumption of water-rich foods after 6:00 p.m. She still maintained proper hydration by drinking more in the morning and early afternoon. The results were astounding. After just 2 weeks, her nighttime bathroom trips dropped to only once per night, and by the 4th week, she was sleeping through the night without interruption. In addition to reduced nocturia, Betty noticed significant improvements in sleep quality, daytime energy levels, and emotional stability. It wasn't just a physical benefit, she also regained a sense of control and joy in life that she thought had faded with age. The message here is crystal clear. By simply setting a fluid limit, specifically, avoiding fluid intake for at least 3 hours before bedtime, you're not just protecting your precious sleep, you're actively investing in clarity, energy, and long-term health. A small change, a major turning point, and it's fully within your reach. Habit number 2, eating dinner too late and choosing diuretic foods. Not everyone realizes that the timing of your evening meal-in, the type of food you choose at the end of the day, plays a crucial role in managing nighttime urination. For older adults in the US, where lifestyles are flexible but often misaligned with the body's natural clock, late dinners or the consumption of naturally diuretic foods may be quietly sabotaging their sleep every night. From a physiological standpoint, the body typically requires 3 to 4 hours to fully digest a meal. If you eat dinner after 7:30 p.m. or close to bedtime, especially meals rich in water content or containing compounds with natural diuretic effects, you inadvertently cause your digestive and urinary systems to remain active when they should be winding down. When digestion is delayed, especially in lying positions, diuretic substances such as caffeine, theobromine found in chocolate, and certain flavonoids present in foods like tomatoes, celery, and watermelon remain in circulation longer, continuing to stimulate the kidneys to produce urine. This is why you wake up in the middle of the night not due to aging, but because of what you've eaten. A clear example is Mr. James, 67, a retired man living in Sacramento, California. As someone health conscious, Mr. James maintained a clean diet. Dinners often included tomato salad, cucumbers, and green tea, usually eaten around 8:30 p.m. However, instead of feeling energized, he frequently woke up 3-4 times each night with the urge to urinate. This ongoing disturbance left him feeling tired, sluggish, and uninspired every morning. After receiving guidance from a nutritionist, Mr. James made 2 simple changes. He began eating dinner earlier, around 6 p.m., and avoided diuretic foods after 4 p.m. Instead, he chose sleep-friendly options like brown rice, lean chicken, steamed broccoli, and roasted sweet potatoes. The results were encouraging. Within just 10 days, he only needed to wake up once a night and began to feel a noticeable improvement in his energy, clarity, and mood in the morning. The solution to this habit isn't complicated. Establish an eating schedule that supports your sleep, have dinner at least 4 hours before bedtime, and reduce intake of diuretic foods in the late afternoon and evening. If your schedule doesn't allow for that, you can still adapt by splitting dinner into smaller portions or choosing foods that are low in water, low in sodium, and easy to digest. This change doesn't just help you sleep better, it helps reset your body's natural rhythm, improve digestion, and reduce acid reflux symptoms, which are common in older adults. By taking action today, you reclaim control over your sleep and your life. Habit number 3, going to the bathroom just in case, before bed. Among the seemingly harmless habits that many older adults maintain, there's one particularly common behavior whose long-term consequences are rarely recognized. Going to the bathroom just in case before bed, even when there's no real urge to urinate. In reality, this preventive reflex is often passed around as a helpful tip. However, from a medical perspective, this habit may unknowingly reduce the bladder's functional capacity and contribute to prolonged nighttime urination. Physiologically, the bladder is a highly adaptable organ. When you repeatedly empty the bladder without it being truly full, your body starts to learn to send urination signals at a lower threshold than normal. As a result, even a small amount of urine can trigger the urge to go, leading to multiple awakenings during the night. The longer this loop continues, the more the bladder loses its natural ability to stretch, and sleep becomes consistently disrupted. A vivid example of this is Carol, age 73, living in Madison, Wisconsin. For years, she maintained a safety habit going to the bathroom every night before bed, even when she didn't feel the need. Yet, instead of sleeping peacefully, she still found herself waking up every 2-3 hours with a false sense of urgency. This left her feeling constantly fatigued, struggling to concentrate, and increasingly anxious about losing control over her body. After receiving guidance from a physician on bladder capacity restoration techniques, Carol began applying a simple yet powerful principle. Only go to the bathroom when there's a clear and genuine urge, not out of worry. On nights when she wasn't sure, she would read a few pages of a light book or listen to calming music for 15-20 minutes to help differentiate between actual physiological need and anxiety-based reflex. The results were surprising. After just 3 weeks, she was able to sleep for 5-6 hours straight without waking during the night. This solution is easy to implement but requires patience and consistency. For those with a history of urinary incontinence or those taking diuretics, it's best to consult a doctor to adjust medication schedules or combine with bladder training techniques to ensure the process is safe and effective. Remember, the difference between a restless night and a peaceful sleep may come down to something as simple as trusting your own body. When the bladder is properly trained, you'll not only sleep better, but also regain the autonomy and comfort you deserve at this stage of life. Habit number 4. Poor sleeping position and inappropriate pillow use. One often overlooked factor that significantly impacts sleep quality and the frequency of nighttime urination is your sleeping position and how you use your pillows. While it may sound simple, poor posture during sleep, especially sleeping on your stomach or using the wrong type of pillow, can apply mechanical pressure to the lower abdomen, irritating the bladder and triggering false urges to urinate during the night. This explains why some people wake up frequently to use the bathroom, even when they haven't consumed much fluid before bed. When you sleep on your stomach or rest with your spine misaligned, body weight presses down on the abdomen, putting extra pressure on the bladder, which may become activated even when not full. Additionally, if you use a pillow that is too high or fail to place a pillow correctly between your knees while sleeping on your side, your circulatory system may be disrupted. This can cause blood and fluid from the lower body to shift back toward the heart and kidneys at night, increasing urine production right when the body is supposed to conserve fluids. A clear example is Mr. Howard, 72, a retired veteran living in Denver, Colorado. For years, he maintained a habit of sleeping on his stomach, a position he found comfortable and familiar from his military days. However, he recently started waking up 3 times per night to urinate, despite not changing his diet or fluid intake. Initially, he assumed it was due to age or prostate issues. But after a medical consultation, he discovered that his sleeping posture was likely the culprit. Under professional guidance, Mr. Howard gradually transitioned to sleeping on his left side, began using a pillow between his knees to keep his spine aligned, and switched to a medium-height pillow to support his head and neck. He followed the steps consistently. Within 2 weeks, his nighttime bathroom visits reduced to just once. After 1 month, he experienced nights of uninterrupted sleep with no urge to get up. This solution is easy to implement. Begin by sleeping on your left side, using a pillow between your legs and a proper pillow for your head and neck to maintain a neutral spine position. For those with a history of back pain or arthritis, specialized orthopedic pillows or support cushions may help ease the transition to this new posture. Deep, uninterrupted sleep isn't just about what you eat or drink, it also comes from how you lie down. And a small change in your sleeping position can bring a big breakthrough in your sleep quality, leading to better physical and mental health every day. Habit number 5. Improper room temperature and sleepwear choices. An extremely important yet often overlooked factor in managing nighttime urination among older adults is the temperature of the sleeping environment and the type of sleepwear you choose. Contrary to the common belief that staying warm helps with better sleep, scientific evidence shows that a slight drop in body temperature at night is essential to trigger the production of vasopressin, a hormone that helps reduce urine output during sleep. When the sleeping environment is too warmer, when you wear thick, non-breathable pajamas, your body may be unable to cool down properly. This disrupts the production of vasopressin, which leads the kidneys to continue filtering blood and producing more urine while you sleep. At the same time, excessive heat causes peripheral blood vessels to dilate, increasing blood flow to the kidneys and further accelerating urine production. The result? You wake up multiple times throughout the night. A clear case of this issue is Linda, 69, a retired teacher living in Orlando, Florida. Despite managing her diet and hydration habits well, she still woke up 4 to 5 times per night. Notably, she often turned off the air conditioner and wore thick flannel pajamas to feel safe and cozy. But the nighttime heat and sweating left her feeling exhausted each morning. After receiving advice from a sleep specialist, Linda adjusted her bedroom temperature to 64-68 degrees Fahrenheit, 18-20 degrees Celsius, and switched to lightweight, breathable sleepwear made of cotton or bamboo. She also began using a ceiling fan to keep air circulating naturally. The results were surprising. Within just a few nights, her nighttime bathroom visits dropped to 2. By the end of the 3rd week, she occasionally slept through the night without waking up at all. This solution doesn't require a big investment. Simply adjust the air conditioner, switch to more breathable bedding and pajamas, or add a fan if needed. If you tend to feel cold at night, consider wearing multiple light layers that can be removed easily instead of one thick, heat-trapping layer. For those on medications that affect temperature regulation, consult your doctor for personalized advice. By creating a cooler, well-ventilated, and physiologically supportive sleep environment, you're helping your body return to its natural circadian rhythm, reducing nighttime urination, improving sleep quality, restoring energy, and enhancing mental well-being overall. As you've just discovered, nighttime urination is not an unavoidable sentence of old age. More often than not, it's the result of small but incorrect daily habits. From late fluid intake and poor dinner timing to unnecessary bathroom visits, poor sleep posture, and improper bedroom conditions, each factor can be adjusted easily, safely, and without medication. When these changes are combined, you don't just reduce the number of times you wake at night, you regain deep sleep, mental clarity, and a fuller quality of life. Remember, your body has an incredible ability to recover as long as you give it the right conditions. And that change can begin today, tonight. If you found this information helpful, please hit the like button, share it with loved ones, and comment on your experience below. You can also subscribe to our channel or follow us to receive more science-backed strategies for living well, living actively, and living fully at any age. A peaceful night starts with one small choice. Make it a restful one tonight.